What's good, YouTube? It's Casual Duelist here with not so casual deck list because it's BA, the first pretty much high tier or meta deck that I've had on my channel. Thanks to InfectedXenon, my boy. If you're here, most of you are here because he led you here, but let's just go right into it.
Alright, so what's up, guys? This is the Rock Game Shop in a nutshell. We're gonna get started with the deck profile really quick. So you guys know what Fiends are. This is my Fiend deck, not Burning Abyss. I think Burning Abyss is a derogatory term, but that's fine. So we got 3 tour guide. She's like that bitch at school who you don't want to do drugs, but she's like, you know what, you hit this blunt, you can hit this ass.
That Mile High Club.
There you go. Look at that. Her hands extended out for the blunt. Alright, 3 Skarm. She's that random person who invites everybody to parties even though she's the nobody. She needs to cut her nails, but that's fine. She's got a 2,000 booty, which is pretty big. It's not Nicki Minaj. She's kind of like a Taylor Swift, I would say. I'm stealing his joke, by the way. 3 Sirs, the fat guy at the party who, when the Fiends try leaving, he brings them right back. And it's not very nice because he's not very important. But he brings back Fiends, and that's very important, especially for Dante and Virgil, who they're always at the party, but they always gotta leave early because their mom says so, kind of like me. But Sir brings him back. He's nice. 3 Graph is the male version of Skarm. He's kind of like Drake. That's fine. I don't know. 3 Tuner. More important than Skarm because it's 21, so her ass is out of this world. Sucks ass at everything else, but so do most big ass girls, I guess.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Sucks at music, but good ass and looks, so that's fine. It makes Virgil, which is like a really titty card. You draw off of him. Draw power's good.
Yep.
And then you play 2 Cowcab and 2 Alec. Literally because they say that you can special summon themselves, and that's literally it. This is cute that it's a effect negation. It's cute that this is a back row bouncer. And no, this is not like an MST. I don't know why somebody said that in their deck profile at top of the YCS, saying that Cowcab is like MST when it's nothing near it. Sometimes the 1400 gets in there though, I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, other than that, these cards are horrible. But they special summon to make Dante Turbo. All of these cards do the same thing, which is make Dante Turbo. That's why I don't play BLS. BLS is terrible early game, and I always draw cards like that early, and they don't have anything. Yeah, like you just want to consistently make the Dante or Virgil as much as you can, and try not to brick. And the most consistent deck lists are the ones that have a higher chance at topping an event. For spells, 3 MST, this negates anything you ever want. It's like Dust Tornado, but you can activate it on your turn. Allure of Dankness, I don't like this card too much, but I don't like beginning of the end either. I could see myself starting to run triple upstart now, but I don't like giving my opponent 1,000 life points to activate skill drain and tools more. But Allure of Darkness is whatever. I wouldn't run beginning of the end because it's like BLS. It's terrible early game. And you need to have 7 Darks and Grave, which is literally like half my fucking monster count. Like, what the fuck? But yeah. And then 1 Foolish because you'd be foolish not to run it. Ha. 3 Fire Lake. It's Icarus attack. It's recyclable. Yes, broke. It's really good versus UA, which is really just creeping on the meta. You don't know it yet, but they're gonna top the next ARG. Watch. ARG Orlando is ours. 3 Wind Blasts. It's common, which, excuse me.
It stacks better.
Yeah, because everything's rare and common already. Like, the common Wind Blast has a different effect than every other Wind Blast. Like, this one says discard 1 card and that's it. But the other ones let you return a card from the field to the hand, which is pretty titty. 3 Karma Cut. A lot of people are dropping this card out, which is retarded. It's so good versus the Mirror Match and versus Shaddolls, which is a really hard matchup now. It's alright versus Clyford. Like, when they normal summon, you just immediately Karma Cut it, and that should be it. Because if they have Pendulum Scale and more monsters to recur back, then they should be fucking winning anyway. And I feel like Karma Cut's like the turn 1 play. Obviously mid game it's whatever, but these cards can be used against already established field. But like versus turn 1 versus Clyford, this is really good versus them, and I don't care what people say. I think it's really good. I'm not gonna change my deck list just because like people top the YCS. That used to be me, but then I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh as much anymore, so I can't watch all the deck profiles. 2 Vanities because I don't have 3. If you want me to have a 3rd one, go to my channel, click subscribe, click an ad, and do all that good stuff. These aren't even mine. But
so help them get 3. You gotta.
Yeah. Like what, 30 each now?
Yep.
2 Breakthrough Skill. I think this card's bad, but I like it. It's cool because the only purple card that when you mill with Dante, you don't like kill yourself over. Because normal mills with Dante include like Vanities, Karma Cut, Tour Guide, or something like that. Breakthrough Skill has a purpose. It's kind of like Alec in a way, but when you stop their Tour Guide, is really good. because like you stop the tour guide and they can't even attempt to special summon BAs from hand. Well, they can, but then they die and they don't get any other effect. So I think it's really good, and people should play it more, but people don't because they don't like my ideas. 2 Mind Crush because I'm bad and I like running bad cards. Mind Crush is really good versus any deck right now though, except Dark World, but you shouldn't be seeing them.
Yeah.
Any comments, Casual Duelist? All right.
UAs.
It's pretty good versus UAs, but I don't draw it, so it's fine. And then my 1-ofs, Compulse, and Warning.
Why no bottomless?
All right, Bottomless is good versus Clyport. It's bad versus everything else.
Also,
Tell me one good card, one deck that Clyport, that Bottomless is good versus.
UA.
Fuck yeah. Might have to look into it and add it to my main deck.
That's all I know. UA.
That's true. Any other questions about the deck?
The rank up. Why no rank up Magic into?
Well, I don't understand why Patrick Colburn ran it in the first place when he was running a Fire Lake Turbo deck. And literally what rank up says is you can't have any Fire Lakes activated. Unless you have like insane like 2 fucking Dantes and the monster rank though, which would be crazy. It's really inconsistent. It's terrible to see unless you open Tour Guide. And then you'd have Tour Guide. You'd have a Pleiades and nothing else. I mean, it's really good versus Clyfort, but other than that, I wouldn't like it. And he runs outs to towers, which is literally never going to happen versus you if you fucking know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or unless they obviously you don't have anything, but...
No, then I guess extra deck.
And I don't run BLS because it's terrible early game, so... Extra deck. Tristan Token, very important. Pick them up while they're cheap. 3 Dante.
eBay.com.
YouTube.com/InfectedXenon. I'm sponsored. So... 3 Dantes, you should not run any less than 2, and then 3, I'm sorry. You ran 2 before because before it was a really controlled deck.
Or you couldn't afford them.
Yeah, that was me, and then I got a job, even though I had a job this whole time. YouTube's a job, really consistent one. Literally, you run bad cards to make this as fast as possible. So why wouldn't you play it more? 2 Virgil, because it does the same thing. Like, I think this deck would be insane if they had a level 3 fusion. Like, how titty would that be? Like, you could run instant fusion and make these cards so much better, dude. That'd be awesome. But obviously, we're getting like a fucking ritual or something, which will make me cry beyond belief. These cards are really good, and they all serve the purpose. You don't need to do Virgil, which is good, because if not, your wall will cry even more than it's already crying. You can technically even run 1 if you really don't want to spend the money, but obviously I'd play 2 just in case, because it does come up sometimes. 3 Downer, you don't need 3 Downer. I never go into this card, but I just choose 2 because I don't want to play worse cards, because Downer can get in there. Versus token decks. 2 Nightmare Sharks, it's really good, steals games. Versus UA, you like summon Tour Guide, they scolding it, that's fine. You special 2 BAs and swing directly with Nightmare Shark, and that's 5k.
Yep.
And that's really good versus Clyfort. And then the 1-ofs of almost every attribute. Azure Golem, Muzu Rhythm, Zen Mains, Alucard, and Giga Brilliant.
Why not 2 Alucard?
I never really go into double Alucard. I mean, if you're going to double Alucard, why are you doing that? I mean, you could run double Alucard if your meta is like non-chainable traps or.
And why this guy? What is this guy? I don't even know what he does.
Yeah, he's literally this guy, but it's an effect, so that's why it's not better.
Oh.
He doubles any Digit monster, but he's the only one you play. But technically, you can run him and Tempo, and if you get them both out, that'd be pretty tits, because you can go like Tempo and double Tempo's effect, attack, or Maestro, but obviously you wouldn't make Maestro in this deck. That's it for extra deck.
So
Side, Triple Flying Sea. I hate this fucking card so much, but I think it's necessary in the mirror match. I mean, obviously, like in an ideal world, where they'll go like special, and you Flying Sea them, you kill 2 of their monsters, and then they don't get any of their effects, and they can't XYZ. But it's so ideal, and I never draw this card. I also don't have Max C's sided right now, but obviously I would side them along with the Flying Seas to see them while they're going off. Yeah, it's pretty good versus the Thunder Knights too, I guess. It's alright, it's not even the best. My favorite card in the side deck right now is Triple Twister. It's an out of Floodgates and it's an out of Clyfort Scouts, so it's pretty good. 1 Dark Hole, I don't have Raigeki. Triple Fairy Wind, it's really retarded versus Clyfort. And it just stops their Floodgates too, pretty good. I also sided this in versus degenerate decks like Girgia or Satellite Knights, that their game plan winning games 2 and 3 are side deck, are like Floodgates. Twisters and Fairy Winds are really good versus them too, and people fail to recognize that. 2 Blackhorn, good versus random rogue decks like Satellite Knight and Girgia, and really good versus it's pretty good in the mirror match, and it's really good versus Clyfort because when they Pendulum, just bring them back. UA is pretty good because they're inherent summons. Yeah. And then finally, bottomless. Well, not finally, but almost finally. Bottomless, Good versus Clyde for going first. And random rogue decks again. And then one regular key break. Because I'm so techie. I didn't play. You can see my regional report. That's the real deck that you should be copying.
What would you even side that in, like against?
Versus Clyde for going first, not bad.
Yeah.
It's another Misty.
That's pretty much the deck list.
Any
Well,
other
thanks for
questions?
watching. I don't really have any questions. I've lost to this deck. I've played it against it a lot of times. Pretty much, if you guys want to see an updated UA, go to his channel, InfectedXenon.
Link in the description.
It's gonna be in the description. Also, subscribe to him if you haven't, and if you have, well, thanks for coming here and watching my videos. Peace out, YouTube. InfectedXenon, you're signing out. Any words to finish this up?
I'm in the process of signing out right now.
Oh, all right. Well, peace out, YouTube.
Yo.